Today on People Now, a missing Virginia couple found after a volcanic eruption. We have details.
The new Nick Cannon Eminem beef continues with Nick's brand new diss track.
I felt more myself in that moment than I ever have.
Julianne and Hough reveal how life changed after her headline-making revelations about her sexuality.
Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and the cast of Jumanji: The Next Level hit the Hollywood premiere in style.
Plus,
How was my shuffle? Decent?
Whoa, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good. You should be a magician.
he blew the judges' minds on America's Got Talent. Now his skills are taking Broadway by storm in The Illusionist. Today, Eric Chen testing his magic skills with us.
It's all live today on People Now. Let's go.
All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to People Now. We were just sitting here talking about Jumanji. We saw it last night, the new one. I absolutely loved the last installment, and this one kind of taps back into that. They have some surprises, and so a lot of spoilers here.
Yeah, I mean, a great cast, for
Yeah.
sure. I thought Awkwafina was so funny. Obviously, The Rock, Kevin Hart, they bring it. It was good.
Yeah, they definitely, it'll be interesting. I can't wait to see what people think, especially people that really loved that last one. There's so much to, again, so many spoilers that we don't want to say, but
Yeah.
we're going to talk more about Jumanji later on in today's show. There's so much to get to. We're actually beginning today on a serious note with an update on the White Island eruption. A missing American couple has been located after a deadly volcanic eruption. It was in New Zealand. The Washington Post reports that Matt and Lauren Urey of Virginia were both airlifted to different hospitals to treat severe burns. The outlet reports that Lauren was in Auckland recovering from burns covering 20% of her body, while Matt had been taken to a hospital in Christchurch with burns covering about 80% of his body. Lauren's mother, Barbara Barham, previously told the outlet that she hadn't heard from her daughter or son-in-law since a voicemail from Matt indicating that the newlyweds had been injured. Barham said that Matt's mother told her about a voicemail that he had left. It said, quote, there had been a volcano eruption and they were burned very bad. Barham added, quote, he said that he would try to call as soon as he could, but talking and making phone calls was difficult. His hands were so badly burned, it was hard for him to make a phone call. Barham had heard from the newlyweds earlier in the day before their excursion from the Ovation of the Seas cruise ship to visit the active White Island volcano. Barham said that the pair weren't concerned about a possible eruption despite warnings of moderate volcanic unrest in the area in recent weeks. Barham told the Post that she is livid after learning of those warnings and claims that her son-in-law never would have booked the excursion if he knew there was any chance of them being injured. The Post reported both Barham and Matt's mother are planning to fly to New Zealand to be with their children. Very scary stuff. The Ureys were among the 47 people on White Island during the eruption, which took place at about 2:15 p.m. local time. Like the Ureys, 38 of those people were on the Ovation of the Seas cruise ship, 37 passengers, 1 crew member, while the others were comprised of locals, local guides, and overseas tourists. New Zealand police say at least 5 people were confirmed dead from that eruption, adding in a press release Tuesday that they're continuing to search for 8 people who remain unaccounted for. In total, 31 people were being treated at 7 different hospitals throughout the country, while 3 had been discharged. A spokesperson tells reporters, based on the information that they have, they say, we do not believe there are any survivors on the island. New Zealand police added that their absolute priority is recovering the remaining victims and returning them to their loved ones, and we'll continue to report on this as more news comes in. All right, moving on to this, guys. Nick Cannon and Eminem's beef, it continues with Nick dropping a diss track called The Invitation. That was on Monday. The song filled with explosive claims about Eminem's personal life, including an allegation that Eminem does crack and is about to relapse. Relapse was the name of Eminem's first album, Post-Drug Rehab. Nick also calls out Eminem's family by name-dropping his ex Kim and daughter Haley before criticizing Eminem for also raising a daughter that isn't even his, which, as we were talking about, it actually seems like a nice thing for someone to do.
Like a great, wonderful thing to do.
Yeah, not to be shaded for. Anyway, the most explosive accusation, though, is Nick claiming Eminem fired his chauffeur because the chauffeur had a video of Eminem performing a sexual act with a man. The exact lyrics for this one, they were a bit more explicit than we can say on air. You can Google it. Eminem was quick to refute Nick's claims, firing back with a series of tweets hours after the song's release. In the first one, Eminem writes in part, "Stop lying on my bleep. I never even had a chauffeur, you bougie bleep." Okay. And he later followed up with, "I demand an apology, Nicholas. You've made my gardener so jealous." Okay. Nick then jumped on Twitter and shot back, "Bleep apologies. Pull up. Bring your gardener, chauffeur, your male nurse, and whoever else you're bleeping." Then Nick
Are they joking or is this serious?
I mean, I don't know. Nick released a video on Instagram from the set of MTV's Wild 'N Out challenging Eminem to come on the comedy rap battle show. Watch.
Marshall, come out and play.
I don't know
Getting
what's
real weird.
going on. Nick threw more jabs at Eminem, whose real name is Marshall Mathers. In the caption, writing in part, I see your handlers let you use the internet today, Marshall. Their beef from a decade ago was reignited over the weekend after Eminem dropped a diss on a new song called Lord Above. It's featured on Fat Joe's new album. So in that track, Eminem claimed that Mariah Carey had Nick Cannon neutered and said that he had warned Nick about Mariah being a nut job, as he put it. This was in response to Nick bringing up the feud again in September on a podcast with T.I., where Nick claimed that he told Eminem earlier on in their beef that he was going to whoop his ass, quote and unquote. Fun times in the rap world here. I guess we'll wait and see. Will Eminem respond back with another diss track? I don't know. Is this all serious?
I can't tell.
Are we trying to sell music? I don't know.
Seems like it.
It's working. All right, model/actress Cara Delevingne and Pretty Little Liars star Ashley Benson have split up. But wait, maybe not. Never mind. Let's break this all down for you. In a now deleted tweet, Cara wrote, "Me and Ashley broke up." But then 20 minutes later, the post vanished. Turns out Cara's Twitter may have been hacked, people. Her account also shared messages about an iPhone giveaway and the alleged end of her romance with Ashley. So some confused fans, they sent messages of support to the two stars. Other fans wondering in the moment whether Cara's account had been compromised. Earlier this month, Cara posted a flirty comment about Ashley on a steamy nude photo that Ashley had shared to the gram. The duo have been spotted multiple times displaying a little PDA throughout their relationship. They frequently comment on each other's social media. They post about each other. In October, Cara even shared a Woman Crush Wednesday post of Ashley. And when Ashley stopped by our show back in August of 2018, she told us how she values privacy when it comes to her love life. Here's what she said.
I just kind of try to keep myself as private as possible. And that's one good thing about living in New York, too. I can live more of a normal lifestyle here. I think in LA, the paparazzi are really bad. And here, I can kind of just walk anywhere and not be bothered. So it's very nice.
Do you plan on keeping, generally, relationship statuses private?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the best way in any relationship. I've always been very private about them, and I think it's just better.
So the couple first sparked romance rumors that August when they were caught kissing in London. Ashley fueled those rumors even more when she posted this comment, "Mine," on one of Cara's Instagram posts a month later. Oh, we all caught that.
This is really, really cute.
Actually is, right?
Yeah.
Then their relationship seemed to take off. Cara confirming the relationship this past June at the Trevor Project's Trevor Live Gala in New York City. So there you go. That's what we know so far about this whole thing. We'll keep you posted if we learn more.
Maybe it was just a moment of passion. She was upset. She took it down. They're still together.
It does always make me think that. Whenever anything happens with a celebrity related to what is seen as a headline-grabbing post.
You quickly tweet something, you're like,
And,
oh,
I got hacked, I got hacked. Like, maybe, maybe not, but we wish them the best. We sat down with siblings Julianne and Derek Hough last week to talk about their new NBC holiday special and much more, including how Julianne was feeling after being fired from America's Got Talent alongside Gabrielle Union. But we also spoke to Julianne and Derek about her news-making statement to Women's Health back in August when she revealed that she told her husband, Brooks Like, that she was, quote, not straight. After releasing her new single, Transform, this fall, Hough wrote about a shift in herself and how she felt for the first time like an artist, not a performer. So we wanted to know if her comment in Women's Health about not being straight and the support that she received played into her overall sense of transformation as well. Watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like for me, it was all about delayering, and that's why I did that cover, because it was the naked strength issue. And I felt more myself in that moment than I ever have. And, you know, for me, that comment specifically was basically to say, I love everyone. I've never been a fan of labels. I don't identify that way. And so for me, it's just about love. I was literally naked on that cover, and I'm so proud of it. It's one of my highlights of my career because it was not shameful, which in the past probably would have been riddled with that. And so it was just beautiful. And I just, for me, that expression for me, I just want every human to feel that way, that like they are perfect and beautiful and like who they are is enough. And I love people. I love people. And I just want everybody to feel that.
Going back to what you were saying before about when you said about the earlier article before, it's funny, as soon as I read that, people were like texting me like, oh my gosh, did you see what she said, this, that? And I didn't even know anything about it. I didn't know she said anything. And I saw it, and I knew exactly what she meant. I already knew exactly what she meant because I know her heart, I know who she is. And And so it's just kind of funny how there's certain perspectives and how people can like hold on to a word or to a symbol or to a certain thing and grasp onto that and then create a small box.
Yeah.
And that's
Put a box around it.
when the idea, you know, at the core central of it was actually, it was the opposite of this. It was like, oh, I'm this. I'm just, I'm like, you know, in a beautiful way. And I think that, you know, sometimes that can be scary to some people when they see that.
Yeah. For our full chat with Julianne on this subject, you can head to people.com and stay tuned. We'll hear all about holidays with the Houghs later on in the show. Blake Shelton is joking that he wasn't always the nicest guy before his girlfriend Gwen Stefani came along. In a playful interview with Entertainment Tonight, Blake reflected on how Gwen has impacted his life, saying, "I don't want to remember what I was like before Gwen, actually." He goes on to joke that he, quote, was a jerk to everybody before she came into his life, but luckily, only a little bit of a jerk to his voice co-host Kelly Clarkson. But with Gwen in the picture, Blake proudly added, "Look how nice I am now." Gwen also gushed over her boyfriend in the same interview, saying, "Blake saved my life, everybody knows that." And she added, "We're just having the time of our lives, and we never expected that this late in our lives. So we're just trying to savor every moment together, and just to be back on The Voice as well, not to change the subject, but working together again has been really fun, and I love being here, and I love being with him." Honestly, they seem so happy together.
Oh,
The couple celebrated,
together.
they celebrated their 4-year anniversary of dating last month and are also spending more time together in the studio. After releasing Go Ahead and Break My Heart in 2016, Blake and Gwen recorded a new track, Nobody But You, that's set to be featured on the country star's upcoming album, Fully Loaded, God's Country, on December 13th. Blake opened up in a statement about how much he fell in love with the song because of how well it fits his story. He says, "I was about to go in and record when I decided that it needed Gwen on it because it is our song. I think it's magic." Blake told Nashville Lifestyles magazine, "The song's not a fairy tale, but at the same time, it's the most epic, earth-rattling love song he's ever heard in a long time because the lyrics are so honest and just say it how it is." So it's an interesting perspective to get behind a song like that and kind of like why and what played into it. But
I think it's so interesting that she says that he saved her. I think it's really sweet. I mean, I guess that's kind of what happens when you find the one. You'd know.
I would know. Well, no, there is something about, well, even like in dating relationships, right?
Yeah.
Like there's something about being with someone that brings out the best in you, makes you feel better, or being with someone that like brings out the worst side of you,
Yeah,
makes
and then
you
you
feel
know
worse.
it's time to just
Like, you gotta call it quits. Even maybe it's a little fun for a while, but then call it. All right, you've got more for us in Star Treks.
Yes, I do. We're kicking off Star Trek today with one festive couple giving us major holiday fashion inspo. On Monday night, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and his wife Lauren Hashian dazzled in shimmery winter-themed looks at the Hollywood premiere of The Rock's newest movie, Jumanji: The Next Level. Dwayne wore a shiny blue suit covered with metallic gold roses, while Lauren stunned in a festive red jumpsuit that was tied at the waist. The couple, who married this past summer, posed for photos, even showed off a little PDA. They looked amazing. Jumanji: The Next Level is the sequel to The Rock's 2017 movie Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, which follows the classic 1995 movie Jumanji. This latest installment also stars Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, Awkwafina, and Jack Black. Now, it was a night of fun for the cast. At one point, Dwayne and Kevin were seen driving up in a car that resembled one from the movie. Looked like they're having a blast. And Jack, who never shies away from goofing around, took some hilarious photos alongside Dwayne on the carpet. Or maybe he just photobombed him, we're not sure. Overall, it looked like Lauren and her husband's date night was a success. The newlyweds tied the knot in August in a top-secret Hawaiian wedding. Dwayne revealed on the Ellen DeGeneres show in an episode airing on Tuesday why he and Lauren chose to have their ceremony so early in the day. Take a look.
Why would you have a wedding at 7:45 in the morning?
I mean, I had to work out. I had like the 8 o'clock workout. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
Kind of.
Kind of. No, I'm only kidding. We wanted to have an early morning wedding. That way we said the vows, get it over with. And then by 10, 11 o'clock, we're having brunch with the family, and we had it done.
Wow.
And plus in Hawaii at that time, it's a beautiful time. With us and my ancestors watching over us. I mean, it was truly a magical
Well, that's
wedding.
great.
I mean, his reasons for an early morning wedding doesn't sound like a bad idea, right? Also, I think we've heard from him, he gets up at 4 or 5 in the morning to work out.
That was
every
like
day.
midday for him.
Yeah, it was pretty late in the day. Earlier this month, The Rock revealed in an interview with the Wall Street Journal how the couple managed to keep their nuptials top secret. He revealed they had full security detail in case there were helicopters, and added, "There was no press, no paparazzi, no one knew. I was shocked but so grateful. My life is so loud and noisy. The fact that it was quiet was a big win. It was also a pretty intimate ceremony, the two said their I do's with just a few people in attendance, including his friend and producing partner, Hiram Garcia, who is his ex-wife, Danny Garcia's brother. His mother and his two daughters, 3-year-old Jasmine and 19-month-old Tiana Gia, were there as well. After being crowned People's Sexiest Man Alive in 2016, Dwayne gushed about the couple's love for each other. He explained that they have the greatest relationship because they know how to make each other laugh. Very cute.
You know what? I am still not quite. He's been so private about their relationship that I'm sort of glued to it whenever I see the two of them together. I'm not used to it yet, right?
I'm also shocked they were able to keep the wedding so under wraps because they're such this huge couple, and I feel like a lot of people were curious about it.
And I love that he was able to sneak that in. Right?
So early in the morning, though.
That's probably the real reason, right? It was like
never.
The photographers aren't even awake by then.
Never. I'm gonna sleep in the day of my wedding. All right, Bachelor in Paradise stars Dean Unglert and Caitlyn Miller-Keyes are not rushing their relationship. Dean tells People exclusively that he and Caitlyn are being super patient. He says there's no impending engagements or anything like that. We understand that with the Bachelor franchise, you kind of get put in a pressure cooker with your relationship. We're just traveling together, exploring each other, and having fun and doing what we're doing. Dean admits that Caitlyn might see it a little bit differently, but he still thinks that the duo are on a good path at the moment. And it sounds like Caitlyn agrees. She says that she doesn't want to rush anything, but foresees them moving in together in the future. Now, the couple's immediate plans include a trip to the Caribbean and then spending New Year's Eve together in Berlin, Germany. Obviously having a ton of fun traveling together. We see that all over their Instagrams. I mean, nice life, right? They're just traveling together in his van. And while Dean admires Caitlyn's curiosity, he did reveal to People exclusively that the most challenging part of traveling with his girlfriend is that she can find things to complain about really easily. He says whether it's too cold or too rainy or she's too tired from the hike, she's really good at pinpointing and focusing on those things. Makes my job much more challenging, but at the end of the day, she can always look back on the day and realize how much fun she had. Kind of wonder how she feels about that comment. I don't know. The couple also revealed that all the time together can be difficult as well. Caitlyn says, sometimes we just both need our space, and that's a bit challenging when you're on a trip together, but we make it work. And overall, Dean and Caitlyn say they have a good give and take. And look, traveling with a significant other can be tricky. Everyone has their travel styles. Right? Have you noticed that with your wife?
So I went through a period of time where I traveled a lot by myself for work, and so I got my rhythm. And then when I would go on a trip with my wife, I would have to like really re-gear because I do it this way.
You said she's a planner.
So she's a planner, which actually works really well because I am not a planner,
I'm not a planner either. I like to go with the flow.
Yeah.
But if someone is really rigid in their plans, that can be frustrating.
Yeah, but what I need is like a little structure, and so she'll give it some structure. That's what our trip to Greece a couple summers ago. I talk about this all the time. We did nothing out of obligation. That was our commitment for the trip, and we both were on the same page starting out. So then there was no frustration. It was a perfect trip. So I think it's like you got to set the stage early of expectations.
I mean, taking a trip can be a make or break.
It really can. It really can be.
But Dean and Caitlyn, they're making it work. All right, those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, stay with us. You don't want to miss this epic card trick magician Eric Chen is showing us. It's on the spot, and I'll tell you that our minds are blown. Plus, Julianne and Derek Hough are getting us in the holiday spirit with their new Christmas special. Derek reveals if he'd ever return to Dancing with the Stars. Stick around.
All right, NeNe Leakes is throwing some shade here, so let's set this up. During Sunday's episode of Watch What Happens Live, Andy Cohen pointed this out. The red dress that NeNe Leakes wore in her interview confessional throughout the season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta was a rewear. She previously wore it during a Watch What Happens doorbell special in Los Angeles. I'm not sure if he's being playful or not. It seems like he's not.
Well, so guys, here's what happens. He showed a side-by-side photo of NeNe wearing the strappy off-the-shoulder dress 2 years apart. Watch What Happens guest and fellow housewife Eva Marcel burst out laughing, and then that prompted Andy to kind of backtrack.
Yeah, then NeNe posted the Watch What Happens live clip to her Instagram, captioning it, "Can somebody please tell me what was the point of this? Like, I don't get it. That was 2 years ago. I wore this dress once, so I can't sit in a confessional with it on." Then directly tagged Andy in the post, and she added, "How many times have you recycled your suits and ties?" Oof. And she ended the post writing that she didn't appreciate Andy's comment, which I don't really appreciate his comment either. Why can't you rewear outfits?
Was he being serious? Was it actually like a moment for shade? I mean, he had to know. I mean, look, Andy's not an idiot. He's like the king of like the housewife franchises.
Yeah. Maybe
he had to know that would get a reaction.
Yeah, maybe that's why he did it.
I don't know.
I just think you shouldn't shame someone for re-wearing an outfit, right? We can't wear a new outfit. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But also, it's the kind of thing that I don't know. He knows what's going to happen, and he hasn't really said that he didn't mean it that way, right?
No, I think he was trying to shade her and shame her for wearing an outfit again.
All right. NeNe did not stop there. She shared a second post, this time showing A-listers including Michelle Obama, Kim Kardashian West, and Kate Middleton re-wearing their favorite style. So she obviously took it that way.
Yeah, and when the royals wear stuff again, we always kind of applaud them.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
For being more real. And
Yeah, so I don't think it should be any different with NeNe.
So Andy, seemingly standing by his commitment or his comment, addressed the situation by replying to a fan's tweet with a NeNe meme. So there you go. I don't know. I will be interested to see if he makes a comment about this.
Yeah, people should rewear things as much as they want.
Yeah. All right, so the holidays, they are all about family gatherings, good food, gifts, and the immense pressure to execute perfect gift wrapping.
But if you struggle with that part of the holidays, listen up. So according to a new study from the University of Nevada, you shouldn't stress about wrapping gifts so much.
Great news for those of us who aren't good. I'm like middle of the road, I think. Mainly, I don't like to do it. I'm just gonna say the gift bag is everyone's God's gift to Christmas wrappers.
I know. I'm not very good at wrapping. Researchers examined how the quality of the gift wrapping affected the recipient's attitude towards the gift. So the experiment used the expectation confirmation theory. It's a cognitive theory which seeks to explain post-purchase satisfaction. All right? They discovered that perfectly wrapped gifts don't make the recipients any happier than a gift with a sloppy wrap job.
I mean, do you prefer, does it change for you?
It doesn't matter to me at all.
Yeah. Do you ever get professional gift wrapping?
Like, do I pay for it?
Yeah.
People, oh no.
I've had some moments where a store is offering it for free right then on the spot.
Well, then of course you have
and
to
in
take
that case, I would
It's
do
really
it. But
nice.
yeah, other than that, like, come on, gift bag again. According to the research, a messily wrapped gift from a loved one still garners positive feelings and appreciation. Oh, really? On the flip side, sometimes gifts that are immaculately wrapped have disappointing gifts within.
Yeah.
Scientists have found.
The same study also examines the relationship you have with the gift giver. Your perception of the gift can be altered by the nature of your relationship, which makes a lot of sense. If you don't like the person giving the gift, you might not like the present.
This study discovered what everyone already knew, and our minds are blown. Gift bags, everybody. Let's move on to Colbie Caillat and her amazing music. So Colbie Caillat caught the world's attention on MySpace back in the day, becoming one of the earlier viral stars with her hit song Bubbly. Well, Colbie and her new band Gone West stopped by. She talked to us about the evolution of being discovered and how artists launch their careers today.
I was so lucky. I mean, Jason and I, both of our, well, Justin, all of us, our music was on there, and we got to grow a fan base on our own from people just naturally finding our music and liking it from all over the world. And that got us, careers. I mean, that's the reason my song Bubbly got chosen as the first single, because people around the world heard it.
They start in my toes, make me crinkle my nose. Wherever it goes, I always know.
I think it's the best when fans can choose it first, because they're the ones that are listening and buying the music. So it meant a lot to me.
Makes a lot of sense. When you hear Bubbly, what does it take you back to? What's it remind you of?
I mean, lots of different things. All the first experiences when I got to perform it, a lot of it being my stage fright, but a lot of it was like when I wrote the song, when I brought it with Jason and we finished the song together, when I auditioned for American Idol with it. Like, there's lots of things that song takes me back to. It just depends on the day.
Yeah, auditioned for American Idol, did not get it. Guess what? Didn't matter.
I'd say things worked out.
I'd say things worked out really well. And you've even said that you were glad it didn't work out, right? You weren't ready in that way.
I didn't even want to honestly audition. My friends and family talked me into it, and I wasn't right for the show. I get terrified on TV and all that stuff, so it worked out.
So early in Colbie's career, she worked with a little artist named Taylor Swift. You might have heard of her. She worked on their Grammy-winning album, Fearless. Colbie shared her takeaway from working with Taylor.
She's one of the most brilliant human beings I've ever met, songwriters. Just talking to her, every single person. I mean, she is so kind, generous, warm. She's intellectual, and she's extremely talented, and it was really fun working with her.
And she makes people feel really special. Like, we went to her concert with Colbie and Justin, and she came right up to us and knew his music, knew who we were, and took the time to really speak with us and get to know us, which is just really rare for someone at that level.
I have thought back about that moment many times since I saw it live on stage. You might remember him from this year's America's Got Talent, but Eric Chen is wowing audiences on Broadway these days in The Illusionist's Magic of the Holidays. Thank you so much for being here, Eric. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you for having me.
You blew my mind. I will tell you that. That show was incredible, and you just killed it.
Thank you so much.
We're going to talk all about The Illusionist, but first, how much has your life changed since you started America's Got Talent to now?
Well, yeah, it's crazy how AGT can affect you. Ever since I've been on, I've been getting recognized everywhere, like throughout the entire world, and even in Asia too. It's such a cool experience to be on AGT. and it's done a lot of good for me, definitely.
Even my little girl the other night was like, "That's the guy from AGT."
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Which judge in that experience did you really connect with the most?
Julianne.
Yeah.
I think Julianne, she really understands me and she knows what I do because she really likes the close-up magic and stuff. But yeah, she's really nice.
You've got a lot going on. Let's talk about the show, The Illusionist on Broadway. So when I was there, as I said, like my mind was blown. My little girls absolutely loved it. It's such a great family experience as well. And then I'm just trying to figure everything out. I feel like it must be so invigorating from your perspective to have the whole audience, that huge theater, just in the palm of your hand and then blow their minds over and over again. What does it feel like for you to experience that every night?
You know, every time I perform, it's always new and fresh for me because even though I'm doing the same thing, but just the audience, their reaction is always different. So for me, it's an amazing feeling to be on Broadway and to be able to perform for all kinds of people here.
Yeah, and you come up with these tricks. So how long does it take from the initial concept of the trick to when you perform it? How much time goes into it?
It really depends. So for my act that you saw on Broadway, that one took about half a year, and every single day for half a year.
Wow,
for
that's dedication.
It is. Yeah, and then for other stuff, it might be a little shorter or more, or even longer. So it really depends.
Are there moments for you, is it like you like wake up with an idea or at some point you're just like, oh, I gotta write this down real quick. I'll do this and then it'll go to that.
Yes, so the funny thing is for that act that you saw, or for my ribbon act,
I
call it the ribbon act, I actually got a lot of my inspiration from my dream, which is really interesting. Yeah, so it's really hard to explain, but sometimes I would dream of something, and I would dream that I'm actually performing this act, and then the ideas will just come to me. It's really fascinating.
Even how to work it out technically.
Well, no, not
the technical. Okay.
Just the effect, the visual effects.
Interesting. Wow.
And then when I wake up, I'll write it down, and I'll actually just somehow figure it out.
You have such useful dreams.
Yeah.
Wish I had dreams like that.
My dreams are like nightmares. I'm flying around and eating ice cream in the sky for some reason. Doesn't make sense.
Sounds pretty awesome too.
Yeah, well, okay, we'll figure that one out. But let's talk about this. The Illusionists, they got there's several other magicians as well and illusionists involved. Do you guys, as you get to know each other, kind of figure each other's tricks out, talk about what you're doing, talk about the performances? How does that relationship work?
Well, I mean, we're stuck together for 2 months, so we will eventually figure everything out.
Right.
But you know, we're actually really open to sharing our ideas because that's how we grow. So we're actually really excited to share our new stuff as well.
Oh, that was interesting. I wanted to know that because is there like a magician's code or an illusionist code that we do or don't share how we do the trick?
I think within magicians we like to share though most of the time.
It's the close circle.
But if something that it's really private to, then usually we won't share that.
Yeah,
it
makes sense.
Really depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I know you have a trick for us.
Yes,
So
I do.
let's get to it. I'm so excited.
So it's gonna be a card trick. It's gonna be a really fun card trick. Here, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the deck of cards. How about this? Can you just shuffle for me? And do you have a phone on you by any chance? Just
I'm gonna get your name right here.
Oh yeah, just put it on table.
Okay.
Are you satisfied with the shuffle?
I mean, I'm pretty satisfied. How was my shuffle? Decent?
Whoa, it's really good. Yeah, it's really
Thank
good.
you.
You should be a magician.
Oh, I would love to if I had
She's
the
been
skills.
an assistant once, right?
I was a magician's
Really?
assistant, yes, at a Christmas show.
Oh, that is so cool.
I had to do a quick change from an elf to Rudolph, and it was really quick.
You should be on the illusionist. Here, go ahead and pick any card you like
Okay.
and show it to the camera. Make sure everyone sees the card.
Don't like
Oh yeah, don't. Yeah, please.
Wait,
You got it?
Oh, wait.
Wait, back.
Yeah.
There we go.
Got it?
All right, perfect. Now, before you give me the card back, I'm gonna shuffle the cards. I'm gonna shuffle it face up and face down. So if I push these two piles together, you can see the cards are now completely mixed up. Right? Here, when I riffle the cards, say stop anytime you like. Anytime
Stop.
today, please. Put it back.
It in this way?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome, so I don't see the card. I'm gonna shuffle it one more time just in case. So you can see the cards are still completely mixed up in every order. Right? Here, can you go to cameras?
Okay. To take a picture?
Yes. I'm gonna take a photo of you guys.
Okay.
Now, hold out your right hand like this. Perfect. You're gonna hold on to the cards for me.
Okay. There you go.
Perfect. All right, now I'm gonna take a photo of both of you.
Be
Okay,
careful on there.
ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Put the camera down. Now, as you guys can see, every card right now is still mixed up. right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still remember your card?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm gonna try something really interesting. Hold out your hand. And place the card face down. I want you to imagine this. Watch. Every card is now face down except for your card. So everything is now face down. Go ahead and spread the cards out in your hand.
Here we go. You ready?
Everything, is that your card, the 5 of spade?
Nope.
Wait, what? Can you keep spreading?
Nope.
Something tells me this mistake
I know,
is not
I
a
know.
mistake. I'm not taking the bait, pal. Okay, got it. Oh, you blew the trick. You blew. No, that's not it.
No.
All right, how about this? Let's try this one more time. Hold out your hand one more time.
No. Okay.
Just put it on your flat on your hand.
I'm about to get really angry when this all switches back somehow.
In your hands the whole time. Once again, spread. You'll see.
Same thing. Not.
Yeah, you're really blowing it here, Eric.
I'm sorry. All right, you know what? Actually, just now I took a photo of you.
Yeah.
And you were holding the cards.
Uh-huh.
That deck, right?
Yep.
Can you open the photo? And you'll see.
Oh, snap. Wait.
Every single card is face down except for your card.
The 5 of diamonds. There it is. Unbelievable. Wow, really
Pretty good
impressive.
photo. We're so happy.
Yeah, we're impressed. We're impressed by the picture and wow, the card's also right. Wow, very impressive, my friend. Turns out you're good at this.
Well, yeah.
How did you do
I
it?
hope so.
Now I'm just like
I know.
looking at these. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Eric, thank you so much.
Thank
it's such a pleasure to talk
Thank
to you.
you.
Yeah,
Really
thanks for
impressive
having me.
stuff. And guys, you can check out Eric Chen and the Illusionist Magic of the Holidays every day till January 5th, 2020. It's at the Neil Simon Theater in New York City. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
The holidays are extra special for siblings Julianne and Derek Hough this year, and they're bringing fans along for the ride with their new special, Holiday with the Houghs.
Yep, and we sat down with the stars and executive producers of the dancing-filled special to talk all about what fans can expect.
There's things like she's doing like death-defying moves. No joke. That's not even an exaggeration. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding. She's wearing like these roller skates and doing this move called the headbanger.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the actual name of the move, headbanger.
With
And
roller skates on, so I'm
roller
just
skates,
doing math here, and it
spinning,
seems
head,
terrible.
Head only an inch away, less than an inch away from the ground. Like dangerous stuff, and it's we're literally putting everything out there on the line. I'm dancing the ceiling, on the walls, tap dancing like so.
Have you hit your head?
We did not hit my head, but I did burst the like blood capillaries in my forehead. I thought I had got like a rash or like an allergic reaction because it was like oh, what's that? Oh, that is from all the blood rushing to my head.
And she came up to after she did it the first time in the studio, you know, during rehearsals. She came up to me, she went, Derek,
feeling a little high right now.
don't tell everybody because we'll get in trouble, but I don't feel right. My brain feels scrambled.
Yeah.
Scrambled eggs. I kept saying it feels like scrambled.
Yeah.
Are you generally more of the adrenaline junkie like Daredevil among the two of you?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Come
No.
on, Derek. If there's a cliff, you're looking over like.
I was
Let me
9.
gauge this. Let me just
9 that one time that you're talking about.
That one time I was 9 years old. I was a little cautious.
He's an adrenaline junkie. I'm just more.
More of a junkie.
just- More.
Let me rephrase this. Here's what it is. She's doesn't put thought behind it. I'll go, okay, let's plan this out and let's figure this out, and then I'll do it, and then she's just like, let's go, you know? And sometimes actually it's a problem when we're dancing because we'll go do a lift, and I'm like, okay, let's work out the mechanics of this, we'll figure this out, and
I'm
she's like,
we'll just
1, 2, 3,
figure it out
go!
as we do it.
So in that way, you are more daring, yeah. Let's talk about this. Some of the guest stars, Neo, Sierra, Kelly Clarkson,
Yes.
Jordan Fisher, Mark Ballas, BC Jean. What was downtime like on set?
For me, what was a really cool moment was, you know, I've become kind of good friends with Michael Bublé, and I reached out to him and said, hey man, I would love to do a performance to one of your songs that I love. I want to be dancing on the ceiling, on the walls and stuff. And after I performed it, I sent him a video, and he's like in Germany on his record-breaking world tour, and he just sent me like a little voice, you know, a video message, and with him and his son, and that we watched the video, we loved it, we watched it 5 times, you know, back to back, because we just wanted to see it over and over again. And that was just really special. That was really cool. I'm such a huge fan of his, obviously, but to get that sort of feedback from him was awesome.
That's incredible, yeah. We followed along with their journey. They've been through so much. How are they now? How are things going with that family?
It seemed fantastic, man. And he's just one of the most
He's got such a good
incredible
heart and
guy.
spirit. Like he's just filled with love.
Working with Sierra, what was maybe the takeaway from hanging with her?
Just boss. No, she busted out. She busted out, man. she looks incredible and like, yeah, she's
just-
again
she's
amazing
just
heart.
Perfect. Like, Everything about Sierra is like, she's an amazing singer, she dances, her fashion, like all the exterior components that when you look at like an artist, a pop star, you're like, whoa. And then she opens her mouth and talks about just her love for her family and for her friends. And I mean, her heart is golden too. So I don't know, there's a theme here. We love love.
We first got to know the Houghs on Dancing with the Stars. Julianne danced for a few seasons, and years later, she joined the judging panel for a few seasons, most recently 2017.
Yeah, meanwhile, Derek has won 5 Mirabelle trophies and last was a professional dancer on the show in 2016, so we wanted to know, would he ever return?
I'll never say never. I posted like a little thing the other day with like, anyways, it's stupid, but I thought it was kind of funny.
Now I have to go look at your social media.
It's the Thanos gauntlet with
the Mirabelle trophy on top?
No, the Infinity Stones, but there's 6 of them.
Yeah, there you go. All
You're
right.
such a dork.
I know.
Would you rather go back as a judge or as a pro?
Well, you know what's interesting, actually? I don't know. Who knows? And I don't know if I would ever go back. I don't know. Never say never. But I actually thought about that, too. I was like, if I did ever go back, if going back as a judge would be the right thing, because I think that you'd want to go back as kind of what you were known for when you were there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But who knows? I don't know. I love the show. It's great, but I don't know.
We'll have to see. For more of Derek and Julianne, make sure to watch their special Holidays with the Houghs. It's December 16th at 10 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
Just think they're really impressive the way they've taken their career and just they keep growing.
They're
next
so
level, next
busy.
level. They're so busy.
And every time they're here, they're just the nicest people, and they're
Yeah.
also so much fun.
Yeah.
You know?
And I want to see the show, and I haven't yet been able to do it. Maybe we can find some press passes in there somewhere. I don't know. Would it be? I mean, right? Like, I really want to see them doing the. I want to go to a taping. Anyway, coming up tomorrow, everybody, we're joined live by Victoria's Secret model Lily Aldridge, who has a new fragrance.
Yep. Plus, actress Leah Michele is getting us in the holiday spirit with her new Christmas album. All right, thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from this Fuller House star. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Candace Cameron Bure, and this is One Last Thing. The last time I couldn't stop laughing was on set with Dave Coulier, who just makes me laugh constantly, and I cry because I laugh so hard. My last big splurge, Chanel bag. The last time I was starstruck was when I interviewed Kevin Costner, because I couldn't get a sentence out. I was fangirling, and it was very embarrassing.